Hey guys, it's Jonathan from jwaltphotography.com, and today I'm going to be showing you in Photoshop how to make these starburst effects for your thumbnails and YouTube videos and different things like that. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is open up a new file. So I'm going to go to Photoshop, go to File, and New. I have this set as what I use for my thumbnail size. You can set this to whatever you're using it for. So now that I have this, I'm going to create a gradient. I'm going to pick two colors that I want it to be. Typically, you want bright colors for something like this, and colors that go well together, such as blue and green. Then I'm just going to make sure it's on the linear gradient tool, and then I'm just going to pull down from top to bottom. There you go. So that's what we got with that. Now what we're going to do is go up to Filter, Distort, and we're going to go to Wave. And on here, you're going to set the number of generators to how many different pretty much lines you want. You can put this up anywhere that you want to do, and you can play with it to get different effects. I'm going to have it set around 600 or so. The more colors you have, the more different that's going to look. Since we have two main colors we're working with, that's what it looks like. I can put the wavelength up to get less and take it all the way down. If I leave the bottom part on the max, so it kind of alternates it a little bit, you'll see I have some that the wavelength is nothing, all the way up to the bottom, the max number. But I'm going to pull these to the same thing so that they are equal. And I'm going to pull in about that many of them. And we're not going to mess with this one because you don't want to change that. So we're going to leave that to where it goes from top to bottom. And that's all we're going to do here. And we're going to make sure it's on type is square. If you do something else like that or that, you'll probably get a neat effect, but that's not what we're going for. We want perfect starburst. So we're going to hit square and then hit OK. And now we have this, the two colors divided up into equal patches. From here, we're going to go to Filter again, Distort, and Polar Coordinates. And make sure it's on rectangular to polar, otherwise you get something weird looking thing like that. So rectangular to polar, and then just hit OK. And now you have a good background for your YouTube videos to start writing on top of. So you just made a starburst, super easy, and you can actually do more to this to give it a little bit of a different feel. So you can add gradients on top of this, such as like a black gradient. I'll show you what that can do to draw viewers into the center of it. I'll pull that one off there. I'm just using one color from color to transparent, and I'm going to put it as a radial, and I'm going to reverse it, and I'm going to pull the scale out so it's barely on the edges. So something like that. And then from there, I can hit the opacity to where I have it just enough to pull it inside. You can see it looks like a spotlight in the center. Another thing that I can also do is go on the layer level and go down to a pattern overlay and apply a pattern to it. I've got this metal looking one that I use quite often, and what this does is give it kind of a splotchy effect. It reminds me almost of like a circus banner or something along that lines. Just gives it a little bit more texture and makes it look a little less generic. So there you go. That's how I make my thumbnails, and I'll be using this one to make the thumbnail for this video, so you'll see the final image. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, and have a good one.